What's your fundamental faith beliefs?
It's basically based on faith. Wait. When you ask that, you mean what's the broad perspective of what we believe and what's... I want to read this real quick so we understand what faith is. Then you can understand.
Bible readers too.
You gotta be, you're still here. Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Alright, now, one of the things that we hope for, but it's not yet seen, but it is spoken about in the Bible, in parables, is the destruction of America. And we don't hope for that in the aspect of a terrorist, like we want to take America over on our own. We want destruction of America because of the fact that it legalizes homosexuality, it legalizes adultery, it legalizes pedophilia, it legalizes bestiality. I worked at this campaign, so to speak, in Maine. They literally had same-sex marriage, and then they also had it there where you can marry an animal and your first cousin. Yes. All in one bill. Yeah, incest, all that. All in one bill. Every law, basically. Not only that, think about it. How was America, how did they teach us that America was founded? This land is yours.
Teach you that our man discovered it. And Columbus came over here to the New World. We found some
new land.
And it was based off friendly guys over here. We're going to join hands with them, and we're going to have Thanksgiving, and we're going to have a nice good dinner. We're going to have peace treaties. But we're really happy. If you wouldn't know, we're really happy.
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, the land was founded on stolen people. It was built upon bloodshed. Wait, let's go back in order. It was first robbed from the natives, the Hispanics first. Then they went back and got people to work the land. So that's not knowing, maybe they knew, maybe they didn't. I think they did. That it was all of these people that they were doing this.
No, Christopher Columbus, he surely did. That's why he had him with
So he knew he had to take these Hebrew people out and bring these in. But that's a prophecy that he probably didn't understand. God, right? No, I thought you were saying, so basically, with all of that, and the point I was getting at is that this country was so-called founded on the Bible, whether it was Catholicism or so-called Christianity, right? But yet, during the foundation and the building and establishment of this country, every single law, every single Mosaic, so-called Mosaic law that was given to Moses, 613, every single law was broken of the Bible. Every single one. In order to build this land upon the Bible. That's complete hypocrisy, 100%. Then they tell you, well, what's the First Amendment? Freedom of speech and religious practice. What's the First Amendment?
First Amendment?
You guys are probably Exodus 20. I know. Exodus 20. First Amendment is thou shalt have no God before me. So if your First Amendment is freedom of religious practice, I'll read it just, and then your First Commandment is what? It says, I'll start at 2. I'll start at 1. In Exodus 20:1, it says, and God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Oh, I'm the president of America. I'm gonna write the Constitution. The First Amendment is freedom of religious practice. But the Bible is the law of the land. We founded this country on the Bible. We teach our kindergartners through junior high schoolers how to read and write based upon Bible scriptures. But you got the freedom to do whatever religious practice you want to do. You could be a Muslim, you could be a Buddhist, but the First Commandment tells you it is supposed to the Bible. Now see, when That's not. Because you would have to follow the Christian Bible, so to speak, right? And you remember that speech that he gave? He said, well, if that was true, then there would be no homosexuality. There would be no war. There would be, he started naming all the things. He said, you guys aren't reading your Bible.
Yeah.
He said that, he's like, you guys must not be reading your Bible. We're reading it though, so we're on key with what he's talking about.
He said some pretty nasty stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In his one speech, it's probably like the one that sticks out in my mind. He says, he goes, despite popular belief, I was not born in a manger. I was actually born on Krypton. My father Xenos sent me here to stay with him. Everybody starts laughing. First he makes a reference to him being Jesus. Then he makes a reference to Jesus being a fictional character sent to see him. That's blasphemy. And you got everybody laughing.
And see that laughter, nobody should have been laughing.
No.
They should have all been like, whoa.
Hey, if anything, they should have killed that man. If anything, they should have killed him on national television.
And that would have been a righteous thing in the eyes of God. That's not how this country is. He went on to insult everybody in America.
He used it with charm and shit.
He went on to
I see
insult
when he used
everybody.
charm right in their face.
He went on to insult everybody in America. But the next things he said, talking about the Bible, and then he turned around and denounced the Bible later. Because you have to be an American president. Because if you're actually reading the Bible, he just has to acknowledge it. That I can't run this country based on the Bible. Because our land and the laws in that land don't coincide with it. So don't try to hold me to that.
So Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, saying thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee.
Because like America, right? America is bred, the people that are born in America are bred by the forefathers of America. The whole ideology of America is not founded on the Bible. That's why they separated church and state. So they wouldn't be grown up with that foundation. They would separate it and put in their own laws that contradict the Bible, their own ways of life that contradict the Bible. So what does the wicked have to do to declare the God's statute law of the land?
It's because they don't have any faith. They didn't have faith that the laws of the Bible would work.
Right, because our people, it goes back to us, because our people couldn't follow them right anyway. If we were following them right, everything would already been in order from the church.
And when they were following the right, things were in order. It was when they fell away that things went bad.
Absolutely.
And not only that, he says, what does thou have to do to declare my statutes? That's basically letting you know that once you take that Bible into your hand, you're held accountable for those laws also.
And that's what them so-called Jewish people did. They took the Bible, said, all right, they're supposed to hold to that Bible. Christians, whoever they may be, when they take the Bible and say they take the Bible, they're supposed to hold to it 100%.
Laws and everything.
Yeah, but people don't. You go to church and it's a fashion show. You go to church and they only sing happy songs. The pastor reads one scripture and don't tell you nothing about it. There's scriptures that say you're supposed to break these words down. And they speak in tongues and they don't interpret the tongues.
Those are tongues.
Some of them vain babble. Some of them vain babble.
I mean, I went to a lot of different churches. Like our church is actually a really good church. But I've been to some places, man, it was straight up shouting and screaming.
The so-called Negro churches are the worst. They're the worst.
You ain't leaving the church.
Bolson and everything.
You go to their church like 10 a.m., you're not leaving till like 4.
It's all good.
This is Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 23. And it came to pass after all thy wickedness, woe, woe unto thee, saith the Lord power, that thou hast also built unto.
What do you guys know what the word woe means?
Whoa. Can't like look out.
It basically means destruction.
It definitely does.
Allow me to steal that one. But you're right, it means destruction. You know, but look out, destruction's coming, same thing.
It says that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, or eminent place, a brothel house, like a whorehouse. It says, and has made thee an high place in every street.
Now, when you go to our people, there's churches on every corner. You know, there's a now, why can't it be where there's a Hispanic church and a black church in just the one church? Because they want to have all the different ones, but when you go in there, they're mostly filled with women, which make them the heart of the house. And then the pastor's the pimp of the heart of the house, right? Because he's in there.
Say what you gonna say.
Okay, yeah.
So why?
Right, because he's in there, he's telling you what to do, and the women in there following it, and the men follow that. I got three months.
No,
Good?
Nah, that was good because of the fact that women really are supposed to be taught by their husbands.
Oh, right.
So it's like when they're being taught by another man, it's like spiritual adultery.
Right. And that, it is spiritual.
Yeah, it's spiritual adultery.
That's how it works. Right.
I think there's even a verse in there that says if a woman questions something that the pastor or somebody said, they're supposed to keep quiet and ask their husband.
That's in 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter. That's what it is.
Yep. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
And it's confusing for another man to teach a different man's wife. That's when you open the door, because when you go into the scriptures about you're not supposed to sit at all or even kind of interact with another man's wife. It just breeds wickedness if you're even doing it. So cut that out. Just written as laws not to do that.
That's why we're interacting with you.
Right. We're trying to be cordial, but we're mostly interacting with each other. If you notice,
It says, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
Now that's for a reason, because I'm not gonna go deep into the reason why, but I'll say this: the general reason why is because that also creates dialogue with you and her at home. For one, also you may understand something that you don't want her to understand, and that's your woman. So you teach her your understanding of it. We come up here and teach you something that's way outside of your understanding, and she's trying to hold to it because she understands what we taught her. You don't, it'll mess your whole household up.
Message of order.
Yeah, the message of order. Now she has more knowledge than you, and she's now put up on a higher place.
Because I highly doubt they use the same name when we pray.
But use the Hebrew interpretation, the Hebrew name. But let me tell you like this. This is what I tell people when they say that. If you really want to pray for me, go home in your private prayer. You're alone, not even with her. Go home and then pray. But like I said, it may not be the same name. We use the pure Hebrew name, the Lashon Kodash, the original Holy Tongue name that they spoke in the day that he was giving it. They always did. So it's not Jesus, because we were the letter J.
Now, if you want to find out that name, and this will kind of see if you're worthy to have that name or if you're supposed to have it. If you got a phone, you can take down the number. And you'll come across the name, and if you believe in that name enough to use it,
There you go. And then you teach them that, right? Yeah, you teach them on.
www.great, all one word, great, millstone, with two mills, .info.
Now, I'm going to throw out a small warning to you. I shouldn't have to, but I will. They speak rough. I'm steering straightforward. Right? So it's gonna, don't, like the scriptures say, it's gonna sound rough and harsh. But as a matter of fact, get that. 2 Thessalonians.
That's Corinthians.
2 Corinthians? Yeah,
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. It says, But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge.
Right. So that's the main point. That's the main point. Don't catch as much as how rough they use the words or how straightforward the word that's used. Like we toned it down a bit over here because we can interact on this level. But they didn't, most of it isn't taught that way. But though they may be rude in speech, not in knowledge. Keep going.
But we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things.
We have explained and broken down everything to you. We've used a little rude speech up here ourselves. But there's some out there that teach a lot rougher than we do. And yeah, a lot rougher than we do. And it may offend you, but if you are meant to hear it, now, take the word for what it is, for the knowledge that you're given, and not the way it's said. And we shouldn't have to do that, because for you or not, but a lot of people do let that be a stumbling block onto the wisdom that's being shared.
I know there's a lot of stuff that when it comes to I've always said I never actually liked the name Jesus because it actually means son of Zeus.
Right.
Which is his name. Johnson is an actual name. So when I pray in private, I don't use that name. When I'm around other people, like other Christians, they recognize it.
Right.
So that's what I use because they understand how
All honesty, you'll be better off praying, saying Most High and Lord, than you would be saying Jesus and God. Because at least you're referencing them, at least in their proper titles.
Right.
To be honest with
It's the
you,
Most High God.
who the world literally called Jesus, which is Lord, he hates that name.
Right.
He would actually hate that name. He's probably sitting in the heavens, and every time that name is uttered, and they refer to him, he's disgusted. That's not his name, you know? That's the son of a deity.
So here it shows.
He honestly already asked, man.
We're trying to do it. Maybe people like you are needed. You never know. I didn't get into that. Now, it's funny because all the stories go back to what we were talking about anyway. Now, he'll get it. Now, he may have looked like a white guy, but he's Welsh. This goes back to the whole Dark Ages thing when we go back into it. So maybe. But that ain't up to us. That's up to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. Whether he could be a 2/3, Welsh guy, Israelite. You never know. But that ain't up to us. It's all about the elect. That's the whole point about what's going on up here. We're talking to the elect. We don't care. We can get the darkest. We can get a spitting image of the Yahweh Shai walking up here, in flesh walking up here, but be a 2/3 nigga. Yes. And it don't matter. It ain't about that. It's about whether the spirit of the Yahweh Shem Shai is on you as his elect.
That's right.
And you're chosen as his elect.
And that's the reason why when John had that, John the Revelator had that vision with from the angels, and they talked about the multitude, the great multitude from different kindred, tongues, and nations. That was all of them were part of the 1/3.
Right.
And all those different Israelites that he saw, they looked like all the different nations, man.
Right.
That's the reason why he said, like, who are those? What is that? Why did he question the angel? You know? Go ahead.
I'm gonna start
Matter of fact, you get that. Get Revelation 7 real quick. Revelation 7 You have it.
I got it. Why do y'all about to It's Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. I'm gonna start at. I'm gonna go to 4, and then I'm gonna jump down.
Because basically it's gonna, the roll call of the 12,000 that he's trying to 144. Yeah.
This is Revelation 7:3, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads."
Real quick, don't bring the destruction until they have been sealed.
Hold it back.
To Ezekiel 9:14. It says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel."
That's the elect. That's the governing body, my friend. That's the main elect. That's the Israel of the Most High right there, man. Go ahead.
And this Revelation 7, jumping down to verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man can number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues.
See, a regular Christian would interpret that as, that's talking about all nations, the heathens. That's talking about the so-called white man, Japanese, Chinese, Arabs, Africans. But that's not what that's talking about.
This is Genesis 35 and 10. And the Most High said unto him, Thy name is Yahweh, Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And the Most High said unto him, I am the Most High Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
That's talking about the nation of Israel. Israel is a company of nations within itself.
So this is Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man can number, of all nations, or a company of nations, and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb.
Hey, salvation unto our power. They said our power. Because who is the most high? Right, that's an ownership word, man. That's possessive. Who is he the power of? Every time you read the scriptures, he always say, I am the Lord God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Not Esau.
So that multitude from the different nations and kindred and tongues, which basically that meant Israelites within the other nations, speaking different languages and looking different in appearance, man.
Speckled bird.
You know? So the part of the 1/3, which is that great multitude, they're gonna look like the other nations, and they're gonna be scattered throughout the four winds, man. And that's the prophecy in Matthew, when the Lord comes back and gathers elect from the four winds. That's part of the 1/3, along with the 144,000. So not all the elect is gonna look like your average Negro and Latino, man.
Or your average Negro.
If you believe that, then you hella carnal and the spirit ain't dealing with you. You know? The elect, man, hey, man, they gonna be sealed wherever the Most High scattered them. And that's the process that's going on right now, man. You got brothers rising up all throughout the world, man.
I got a precept for you.
Hey, matter of fact, read 7 to 9 again, and then you get Revelation 5 and 8. Just to further break that down.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude. Matter of fact, let me get this first. This is Matthew chapter 24. I'm going to start at verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations.
All nations.
And he shall separate them one from another.
And he gonna separate.
As the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
That's right.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
The foundation of the world, man. And who are those sheep that he's looking at on his right hand? The nation of Israel. Goats represent you in the nations, mainly you so-called white people, you Edomites. You're the goats that's going to be on the left-hand side. That the angel is going to leave to burn up.
we get this again. It's Matthew 25 and 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, which are the sheep, Come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared from you from the foundation of the world.
Now I'm going to go back and read 2nd Ezra 3 and 32. Or is there any people, or is there any people that knoweth thee besides Israel? Or what generation hath so believed thy covenants as Jacob?
Right.
It says,
Who did the Most High establish his covenant? Who believed? Who made that pact with the Most High during the time of Moses? Was it everybody?
who did the Most High choose?
Who did he choose?
2nd Ezra 6 and 55. That's what I was doing.
Let me get this real quick. It says, this is who he chose. Deuteronomy 76. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people upon the face of the earth.
We know who that is. We know who that's established.
2nd Ezra 6 and 55. Yeah, because it says in Matthew, come inherit the kingdom now is prepared for you from the foundation of the world. And in Ezra, it's going to tell you who the world was made for.
Right. 2nd Ezra 6 and 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Matter of fact, I'm going to read 54 and then 55. It says, this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over, madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people whom also thou hast chosen.
And we already know who the Lord chose
Right.
out of those
Deuteronomy
people.
7:6. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Read that anyway?
That was to the point. That was basically to the point.
Now, I'm going to read it because it backs up that it's only Israel, it's not the rest of the world. I'm just reading real quick. And that those people have to be the elect, have to be Israelites, and the elect of Israel scattered. It says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
I ain't even gotta elaborate on that.
Right.
Nations is worth spit. Yeah.
What was it?
Go back to Revelation 7.
This is
Revelation 5.
back in Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man can number, of all nations,
1/3. Go ahead.
and kindreds, and people, and tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And he cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb.
That's right.
And all the angels stood round about the throne, and elders, and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worshipped the Most High.
Worship the Most High. Stop right there. Revelation 5 and 8.
Revelations 5 and 8. And when he had taken the book, the four beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb,
Yahweh Shai is that lamb. Go ahead.
having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints.
Prayers of the saints. Key word. Prayer of the saints. Who are the saints? According to the Bible. What does the Bible say who the saints are? Go ahead.
It says Psalms 148 and 14. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints.
Praise of all his saints. Go ahead.
Even of the children of Israel.
Even of the children of
The
Israel.
elect of the children of Israel.
That's right. And that's what we're going into. The elect of the children of Israel. Those are the saints of the Most High. Now go back to your
Right? Revelations 5 and 9. It says, and they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High God
praying to Yahweh Shah.
by thy blood out of every kindred
Out of every kingdom,
and tongue
tongue,
and people and nation.
and nation, pertaining to Israel. Proving that Israel, the elect, is going to be coming out of every kindred, every nation, every people, and every tongue, man.
This goes to what it said of King of Priests, right?
Yeah.
It says, 10, and thou hast made us unto our God
To our God possessing
kings and priests,
kings and priests,
and we shall reign on the earth.
and we shall reign on the earth. The kingdom of heaven is only given to the nation of Israel.
Exodus was said we be a nation of kings.
Kings and Exodus 19. So all these different Israelites that's going to be looking different and speaking different languages, they're not going to look like your average Israelite. Guess what? They're going to be saved, and the Most High is going to establish that covenant. And they're going to become kings and priests with the rest of the nation, man.
We'll start with verse 1. Exodus 19 and 1. And in the third month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they unto the wilderness of Sinai. That's to show who they're talking about. Jump down to 5. I'm starting 5. It says, Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
Special people above everybody else.
For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
Kingdom.
So kings.
A kingdom.
Kings
So that's
have to
going to be that's right. In order for you to even have a kingdom, you got to have kings.
Kingdom of priests. And that's what it said in Revelations.
That's right, man.
And thou and hast made us unto our God kings and priests.
Kings and priests, man. So they're going to become a royal priesthood, man.
That's how you know that this Bible goes back and forth, man. And that is broken down to the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
right.
Because you can go from Old Testament to New Testament back to Old and to the Apocrypha and so on and so forth, man. If your pastor ain't doing that, or if your teachers aren't doing that, then they going off, man.
That's right. Well, that's it on that. Now let's get into the small number. Somebody get Ezekiel 11 and 16. Somebody else get Isaiah 1 and 9. Isaiah 1 and 9, then you get it Ezekiel 11.
Isaiah 1 and 9. It says, except the Most High of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
If the Most High didn't have a chosen among Israel, we would be extinct as a nation, man. We might as well just be not. We shouldn't exist.
Because the Most High don't deal with individuals like that. He deals with nations as a whole. And 2/3, which is the majority of our nation, is going off. So that means all of us are going off.
It is.
As a majority,
right.
In his eyes. That's why he, even though there were righteous men, he still did it to the whole nation. He still put us in captivity and slavery, generation after generation, captivity after captivity. Because the multitude of our nation was going off. Not because the elect of the remnant to be in the future was going off through regeneration, but because the whole nation was going off. Keep going.